Let's solve x using the Pythagorean theorem. C squared equals a squared plus b squared. This here is our c value, the hypotenuse. So x squared equals 6 squared, that's one side, plus the other side squared. X squared equals 36 plus 8 times 8 is 64. X squared equals 36 plus 64 is 100. Taking the square root of both sides, we see that x is 10. A faster way to do this problem is to recognize the 3, 4, 5 triangle. If we had a triangle with lengths 3, 4, 5, we can just double each side. The 3 becomes a 6, the 4 becomes an 8, and the 5 doubled becomes 10. What are some common Pythagorean triples? It's good to memorize 3, 4, 5. When we have a right triangle and sides 3, 4, memorize 5. This is a very common occurrence where we see that 5 squared indeed does equal 3 squared plus 4 squared. 5, 12, 13 is another quick way to solve the sides of a right triangle. 7, 24, 25, 8, 15, 17, and 9, 40, 41. Now most people memorize this one here, but it's very, very good to memorize this one as well. The rest are bonus. If you know 3, 4, 5 in your head, in your heart, you can just multiply by 10. 30, 40, and 50. Or you could even double it. You could say 6, 8, and 5 doubled is 10. Recall that c squared equals a squared plus b squared, the Pythagorean theorem. Your c value is your hypotenuse, the longest side, which is 2. So 2 squared equals 1 squared plus x squared. 4 equals 1 plus x squared. Subtracting 1 from both sides, we get 4 minus 1, which is 3, equals x squared. Taking the square root of both sides, we have x equals the square root of 3. By the way, if you want to solve x, you can also do it this way. You can say that x squared equals the longest side, which is the hypotenuse, 2 squared minus the other side squared. So x equals the square root of 2 squared, which is 4, minus 1 squared, which is 1. So x equals root 3. Let's find the area of the square portion here. This is a square. Using the Pythagorean triple 5, 12, 13, we realize we have side length 12 here. So this square is a 12 by 12 square. The area equals base times height, and 12 times 12 is 144 units squared. Let's find the area of this larger triangle over here. We have a Pythagorean triple, 3, 4, and 5. And again, we have another Pythagorean triple, 5, 12, and 13. So the base of the triangle is 5, and the height is 12, the perpendicular height. The area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2, which is 5 times 12 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 6 times 5 is 30 units squared. True or false? For this triangle, c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Now you might accidentally say this is true because you memorized this formula. This formula is the Pythagorean theorem. However, based off the diagram, this c is in the wrong position. Our c value must be the hypotenuse, the longest side, so this formula is incorrect. For this particular triangle, the hypotenuse is b, so b squared equals c squared plus a squared. We can even switch these. We can say that b squared equals a squared plus c squared as well. So this is correct, but the original question is false.